Hello, everyone, and hello, Thimen. Such a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for accepting this invitation. And it's such a pleasure for me to have you here because you had incredible results since joining Expansion. You made 11,000, right? 11,000 euro in 1 month, the second month since joining Expansion. And you also inspired the members with your results because, yeah, you had like less than a thousand. How many followers do you have?
I think around 850.
850 followers, and you had these results. And you had also created an amazing masterclass that you did last week about the enjoyment blueprint. That was so successful, it was so smart, and that's why I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate the invite.
Yes. So for those who don't know you, let's start from actually the beginning. What were you doing before joining Expansion?
Before Expansion, I was working in e-commerce as a consultant. I was really good at my job, but I just hated it. I didn't like working with my clients anymore. I felt it was not aligned. And out of frustration, I started coaching a bit 2.5 years ago. And I felt like I need to do it differently. I need to stop working from my head and make a big change.
Oh, that's powerful. As soon as you say working from the head, it resonated because I've been there. I think a lot of people have been there, just following the head, following the grinding, instead of following more the heart.
Yeah.
Soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what changed? What happened then after you joined Expansion?
You give me so much clarity about the first steps that I could take because in e-commerce I was closing quite great deals, but it was super easy for me because I could show the potential return on investment. So it was easy to say like, okay, it's worth this because you see, I'm able to get you a 5-10x return. But with something else it's less tangible, I had limited beliefs thinking I can't um, go for bigger deals in the things that I was doing because I didn't saw fully the return on investment, or I felt myself a bit, but I was not able to communicate the real return on investment.
Powerful. That's powerful. And I love that because we both agree, and your clients probably agree, that now the value that you bring to your clients is even bigger than the return on investment that you were bringing to the previous client in e-commerce, right?
True. Yeah, and the funny thing is that I sell them an outcome, but I know that their brain can't even comprehend what they're going to experience. So it makes me even more excited. It's literally, I always underpromise, even that I try to overpromise. Their brain can't comprehend how real fulfillment can even feel.
And this, you said the right word, feel. I think that is one of your superpower, understanding the feeling going inside. In fact, I want to talk about fear. That is one of the feeling that we all have in common. We all have this fear. And I remember you stick with me from the very first call, actually from the second call, because you didn't accept the offer immediately to join Expansion, but you told me, I want to feel into it. I want to see how I feel. And after a few hours, you told me that you listened to your body and you felt this expansion in your body.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, what tip do you have for people that want to understand their feeling before taking a big decision?
What tip? I think the first tip is to understand, if you want to make a gut feeling decision, that the decision is in your gut. So it's in your body. It's not with your head. Because I've asked many millionaires that I help, hey, how are you making decisions? The most important one, they are telling gut feeling. So if you know that gut feeling is not here, you know I can't rationally make it. So that means that you need to go to the body. And then the next step is becoming aware of the sensations you're feeling and knowing when it's a gut decision, when your gut is saying yes or no. And that's simple because you said like expansion. When you feel expansion, that's a yes. When you feel contraction, that's a no. Because the universe is always expanding and you can feel it in your body, that's a yes. And the opposite, contraction, is like, it's no. It's like, this is not for you. This is not something that I want to experience. So if you're able to be more in contact with your body, you can feel literally that your legs are cramping up. So when you asked me the question, I was checking in with my body. Okay, working with Bruno. I felt like excitement. There was no contraction. Doing it myself, instantly I felt like my legs are tensing up. It's that simple.
Man, that is powerful. It's as simple as powerful. Because I used to think, like most people, that it's more about the head. It's more about what your head is saying. But in reality, the head, the ego, is gonna always try to keep you safe.
Yeah.
Because you want to survive.
Yeah.
But that is not gonna help you grow. While I love that you talk more about listening to the body, to that gut feeling.
Yeah.
And that's part of what you do now with your clients, right? In fact, the first question is that I'm sure a lot of people are asking is that you charge 5,500 per client on average
If they pay in full.
if they pay in full. So what is the transformation that you help your clients to achieve?
So I help them towards fulfillment. I give them all the tools that they're able to experience it for the first time. So it's literally a transition from the head back to the body, because there's a reason why we're in our head. Like if you feel things from the past that are that are uncomfortable, that you don't want to feel, the easy route is an escape being in your head. But if you're only in your head, you can't even feel happiness, because happiness is a feeling and you feel it in your body. So if you're only in your head, you can't feel it in depth. So in the first session, I help my clients to reconnect with their body and feel through an emotion that they normally don't want to feel. From there, they feel so much joy again because there's more clarity and they're able to stay here, so they feel their power. And from there, they think like, oh wow, all the decisions I've been making in the last years came all out of fear and trying to not feel this emotion.
That's powerful. All the decisions in the past come from fear. I can imagine so many people that resonate with this phrase that you just said. And like with what you do, that you help literally your clients to go more from year to year, right? What is one tool, or let's say, what's the tool that has helped you or your clients the most to go more from the head to the body?
I think it's slow breathwork where you try to become aware of all the sensations in your body, because as soon as if you're going to focus on it, that uncomfortable emotion is coming, and then the voice inside your head is taking over, trying to protect you, because it literally thinks it's going to die.
Yeah.
So it's again going towards those emotions and just feel them. So that's the tool. With slow breathwork, you become aware of the sensations, and behind each sensation, there's a core emotion.
I 100% feel it. I'm going more all in my health journey as well, with daily workout, breath work, and ice bath. That for me has helped me a lot to do breath work in a way that is so deep that I have no choice to really connect with my body.
Yeah.
And then is where at the same thing that you said, I realized that, again, the head will try to keep me safe in another way. Like as soon as you get inside the cold water, immediately the head is like, I want to get the fuck out from here. Immediately. But then actually, if you connect with the body, it's actually enjoyable. And I think it's the same with a lot of fear. Because the fear starts when the brain feel like there is a danger. But the thing that comes from many, many years ago, when there was really a danger of like not surviving if you're not part of the tribe, if an animal attack you. But nowadays, we almost feel the same fear when we're putting a post out or making an offer, when there is a possibility of get a rejection.
Rejection. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. True.
And so when you have that feeling, that feeling that of your heart pumping, of feeling that I think the body is entering that flight or fight mode, your suggestion is then to breathe, to connect, and connect with your body, right?
Yeah. So if you're more in fear, if you really think you're going to die, you're in your brain, and what then will happen is you're in survival mode. So there you literally can't feel what's going on. You can't think what does the other person really wants. The only thing you're focused on, even your digestive system passes until it's again in safety. So when you're in that survival mode, of course you can't make any business decisions because all the thoughts are coming out of survival. So your core job is to survive, and you can't strive when you're in survival mode.
Yes. I love it. That's powerful. And I like that we talk more about this because I've realized also from your suggestion that some coaches, entrepreneurs, and experts who want to scale, sometimes they're not getting the result that they want, not because of the offer, not because of the marketing, but because of the nervous system. I connect this topic with the identity that is usually your baseline. In fact, I have a very practical example of a client that sells at very high ticket, sell at 20K per sales, but still, even when you make a big sales, he has a lot of money in the bank, immediately, whether because investing in coaching, traveling, stop working, it goes back to the baseline.
Yeah.
Almost like if his nervous system cannot handle this growth.
True.
So like, with your experience with your clients, how can you help them to either increase this baseline in the nervous system or to, as you do in your program, to have them feel that enjoyment of where they are already?
Yeah. There's a reason why our body goes in fight and flight mode, because it's unsafe. And the reason why we're going there, because we don't want to feel the emotion that's there. It's too much for us. So from there, our system is closing off because it's too much. And by slowing down and allowing that pain that you're feeling, and most time it's a pain from not being seen, can be anything that's comes from your past.
Yeah.
If you try to reject that, there is no way. So the only way is true. So by calming yourself down, you're able to be more okay with everything you're feeling. And from being okay with everything you're feeling, it's just that sometimes the sadness comes up and you just accept it, you're breathing into it, and then you can let it go. And then you feel great again. But if don't want to go to that sadness, then it will be really hard. And then you're in your mind, and then you go out of your body almost as if you're in meditative states because you're too uncomfortable to feel an emotion. It's just an emotion. People are missing out on so many opportunities because they're scared of their emotions. And the same guys that are going to the gym, work out, those are the ones that are most afraid to even feel an emotion. It's 90 seconds. We're such a, I'm not sure if I can say it, I won't say it, but you know what I mean. We're terrified.
Let's say that, and I like it that you say it's 90 seconds. I didn't know how long was it, but I understand that fear of feeling that emotion. And one thing that I learned recently is that if you avoid feeling the negative emotion, then you numb yourself even to feel the positive emotion.
Yeah.
Because it's the same feeling. It goes to the same center.
Yeah.
So it's literally about embracing the pain for that moment.
Yeah, because there's a reason why we feel sadness is trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
So that's the next step that you can take. But when you avoid the next step by feeling it through and get the learnings, the universe is keep providing you instances where you get triggered, where you see people around you that are sad. It's doing everything to make sure, like, hey, there's sadness in your body. The world is a reflection of your inner world. It's triggering you and you're getting annoyed that people are sad. No, it's inside of you. It's trying to say, like, hey, there's sadness, but you're running away. You're not understanding the clues because you're so much in your head.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is powerful. And I want to connect to your purpose because, again, you move from working in e-commerce, making a lot of money with e-commerce, but even if you were making a lot of money, you weren't completely satisfied. Right?
The opposite. The more I was making, the more I understood, like, fuck, I have a 20K client. I'm still not satisfied. 25K, not the case. I went for a 45K deal. I closed it. I felt excitement for a bit, and then I realized, oh wow, now I need to execute. And then the pain came back even more. And then it came even more because I realized if money is not going to give me the fulfillment that I'm seeking, what else? And then I was lost because no one was explaining me what the next step would be. I need to figure it out myself.
Yes. That's deep because I think until you get to that point, Jim Carrey has this quote that says that I would love everyone to become rich and famous, just for them to understand that it's not the end.
Beautiful. It is true.
Because until you get there, you feel that might be the answer. I was there. Before generating my first million, generating a million was my only goal.
Yeah.
Like I stopped going out. I was closing my room, doing sales call every time, like
Yeah.
closing 10K clients above. And still, after I made a million, I felt one of the most depressed months
Yeah.
in my life, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think people don't want the million. They want to have the experience that it gives them the million. And the experience is always the emotions that they're giving them, like the sense of freedom.
Yeah.
It's never about the million itself.
Absolutely. I always say money is just a tool. In fact, the question that I ask to people, most people start to work with me, health coaches, consultants, because they want to scale to their 10K or then 20, 30K per month.
Yeah.
And I ask them why. And it's never about the money. Money is just the tool. When you start to ask why, I usually ask why 1 or 2 times. And again, from answering to the end, from the end, I start to ask why, and it starts to go deeper. And then we always go deeper to the real reason why they started.
Yeah, beautiful. And the real reason when you want to go there, it's always a sense of not being seen by your parents. It's like always the case. When I help my clients, it's slightly different version, not being seen. It can be anything, but it's always not being seen and not fully accepting someone else, which means that you're not fully accepting yourself.
I'm curious, what is your why? What is your purpose?
My purpose is to guide people via the body back into fulfillment. My purpose is about helping people understand where it really is about in this life.
That's a powerful purpose.
Feels good.
That's why I really is really an honor to help you. That's why I decided to work specifically with health coaches just like you. Because if I can help you, you will help more people to do this. So go from their mind to the body, to connect with themselves, to feel their emotion, to feel the fulfillment.
Yeah.
By the way, about fulfillment, for someone who already achieved the money they wanted to achieve, already achieved the freedom they wanted to achieve, but still don't feel the fulfillment. What is like, I don't know if you have a step-by-step process or a journey, what would you recommend him or her to do to get back to their fulfillment again?
Great question. I think the first step is be radically honest to yourself. We're so good at lying to ourselves because we're scared for the consequences. We think like, okay, if I'm going to focus on what I really want, I'm losing all the money that I made in my business. And that's always a thought out of fear. It's never the case. So you need to be really honest to yourself, thinking like, okay, now I'm going to change it. So it starts with intention. And then it's really, your body is always speaking to you via emotions. The world is speaking to you because if you're meeting people and you're only frustrated about them, that literally means that you're frustrated about yourself.